Hello survivors, my family and friends. This is Roy from Bootsie Sweettarts Guide to Life and Other Disappointing Experiences. I am a button glutton. This video is part of the 4th Art Saturday video hop series organized by the Meri Atelier. Stay with me and see what being a button glutton means. So what is a button glutton? Well, I'm a button glutton, and this is why. I have bins and bins and bins of buttons, thousands of them. I've collected them through the years, and I've inherited my grandmother's, my mother's, and other folk who know me. They automatically send me buttons and fabric. And why is this part of the 4th Art Saturday video hop? Because I group buttons, and the theme of this month is to interpret in your art the concept of groupings. It might be a collection, an interpretation of a group of people, animals, insects, or inanimate objects like boxes, materials, houses, fabrics. The list is endless. The groupings do not need even to be of the same kind, but try to explain why you group them. Well, I group buttons because they're unique, they're pretty, they come in great colors, and they're just fun to use. Now, the 4th Art Saturday video hop is put together, special thanks to Meridel Abrams of the Meri Atelier. Her link will be in the description below. In this hop, a group of crafters interpret the theme and produce artwork based on that theme. The description in the description below, you'll see a list of links to these artists' videos and see how they interpret the concept of how to use a group of things in your art. First, I'm going to show you how I use buttons, and I'm going to start with tassels. Making a button tassel is similar to making any kind of tassel. You feed the buttons that you want, could be beads, onto a length of, in this case, floss. And what I do is put a binding thread on the top on a piece of cardboard that I've cut out to the size I think I want the tassel to be. Then I simply wrap the floss around the cardboard, making sure there's a button at the bottom of each loop. Now, pom-poms, you cut the loops. Tassels, you can leave the loops uncut, or you can cut them and make a tassel. Actually, tassels and pom-poms are very similar. Here I've tightened the top pretty firmly. Just zhuzh it a little bit, and I'll add a tassel cap to it and a little bit. And it'll look complete and finished, and you can use it for a whole bunch of applications. Here I'm making a second one. This time I'm using some lightweight yarn, crochet yarn, and again it's the same process. I clip the top just to make sure it doesn't come loose. And you make some tight knots. And from here, you decide how you want to use it. Turns out very pretty. Now, who doesn't like to fondle a dangle? Look at this nice zipper pull made from beads. They can be used as decorations, zipper pulls, all kinds of applications. Well, grouping buttons can make beautiful dangles as well. This was just the beginning of something I'm doing. I'm taking some larger buttons and crocheting them together. They'll appear at a later video. Now here's a pretty dangle I made using jump rings and buttons. Look at how pretty that is. You imagine this sitting on a journal or sitting on, it's not very focused. There we go. It's very, very pretty. Even put it on something like a change purse. It's just nice to have in the hand. They're fun. Here's one that I made. I've seen these made into earrings, if you can imagine. They're they're lightweight. They're just pretty, and you can adjust them according to whatever color button you have. Dangles. They're very, very easy to make. Here's my little card with my buttons. Let's see, was this one or this one? I like this one. So we'll simply take a jump ring, open it up. I can now always, as they say, don't pull it apart, just bend it open. This one already has a lobster claw on it, so I don't have to worry about how it's going to fasten. Put the jump ring into the chain. Well, be prepared. I'm going to use the bottom part of the chain, and then gently close the jump ring by twisting back, not opening it. We have the beginnings of a dangle. And then continue around. Another jump ring. They go very quickly. Oops. They go very quickly. Twisted. Can you see how that is twisted? Take a button. These were inexpensive buttons from, could have been Michael's or Joann's. Probably Joann's. Oh, do as I say and not as I do. Before you close up your jump ring, make sure you put it into the base chain. Here we go. Now I'm going to count the number of links in between each jump ring, and continue that until the dangle is complete. Oh, here we are with another dangle, just a piece of chain, some jump rings, and some colorful or monotone buttons. It's another way to group buttons and use them in your crafting. As we say in the beginning, I'm a button glutton. You can never have too many buttons. This is pretty. Buttons make a great embellishment and add some color and texture to a project. Now here I'm making a wristband, a wrist cuff, sort of like redundant. This is a cut off of a long sleeve shirt that was ruined by bleach. Story of my life, the bleach. So I just cut the cuff off, put some lace along here. I'm going to add another button so it's really adjustable. You can button any one of these three. And I'm adding a little band, decorative band, and this is going to be very pretty, I think. So I've already put two pretty buttons. These are modern, Joanne type of buttons. One of the tips I have here, if I'm planning a project, I pick the buttons out first, and I tend sometimes to start something and put it away, put it in a baggie. This helps. I take a piece of an index card or any kind of cardboard. I run a strip of double stick tape. It can be permanent or removable. It really doesn't matter because it sticks to the paper and not so well to the button. And then I just glue the button on temporarily so I can go back and pick a button off. Let's say I want to put this button here and simply go about finishing my project, and I don't have to rethink it. It's already there. So this should become a really pretty cuff when I'm done, and it's because I've grouped buttons. So grouping buttons gives you a lot of flexibility and options for how to decorate. So I'll continue this. Now see this, I'm looking here and I like this color button for here. So that will go there. I may not use all of these. These I liked, so I pulled them out of the big bin, otherwise they get lost forever. Using, oops, wrong hole. I'm using floss for this project to sew the buttons on. Can't seem to find the correct spot here because people are watching. Shh. I don't see you, but I know you're there. I can tell. A couple of people I can feel, actually. You know who you are. Oh, God, there's such wonderful people on these live streams and on the videos. So I'll continue this. You see already it's taking shape. Isn't that pretty? I like that. So this is a group of buttons making a really nice decorative cuff. Pretty, isn't it? I think it is. I added a third button to make it a little more flexible to adjust. So it has 3 buttons. My wrists are not that big, so anyway, using buttons in a group. Grouping buttons. This is fun. Buttons make great edgings on items. Now this is an old pair of jeans that will become a handbag, and it actually the first time this is a redo. The first one was another piece like this, and the bag became so big and cumbersome, and I said, well, this is not going to work. So I took it apart, and you'll see all the beards and whiskers down here. And it's, it's a grunge bag. It's a lot of wear. I don't know if you can see the wear in the pocket, where someone must have had too much money and their wallet wore through the back pocket. I tried painting some flowers and some things on it. I'm not going to, this is going to be pretty well embellished by the time I'm done. But here we made I made a border, sort of like a lining, an edging and that will go across here. I may do some slow stitching up on the top of the pocket, and then they're great for motifs, button groupings. So this side needs something, and I figured I'll keep the theme of the buttons going. And what I'll probably do, I don't know if you can see this clearly, I'll probably make some sort of a circular flower out of the buttons here. Here's my card of buttons that I pulled out. So I'll make a circle, actually not this big, but we'll see how that looks. Another way to group buttons. Well, this is the idea I've come up with on this particular motif. Again, grouping buttons make great motifs. I'm going to make sort of like a goth flower. I haven't seen black flowers, but although my grandmother had this beautiful, beautiful black iris when I was a child. They were really pretty. I tried to get some of the roots, no, they're called tubers, to take with me when they sold the house, but I didn't really have a garden at the time. Anyway, I'm going to plop a black bead in the middle, probably. These things develop as you go along, and I want to have some sort of embellishment moving, dangling down, so that there's some movement to it. So let's see how this turns out. So here's how I've used a group of buttons for the pocket top. And here's another group of buttons that I used to decorate the top of that pocket. And here's a little embellishment that I made with 5 small buttons, 1 large button, and some ordinary plastic beads. This bag is nowhere near done, but it's on its way. It's starting to develop its own personality. Just pretty. These are just dots of decorative glue, you know, the glitter glue. They're pretty. It's coming along. Well, here we are, grouping buttons in 4 ways, just as embellishments, as tassels, as dangles, and more embellishment. This was a fun fourth Art Saturday video hop. Thank you, Meri. Thank you for all of the other crafters who are part of this hop. Such fun. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of crafting. Please share with some other crafters. And until the next time, be safe, be smart, stay well and healthy, and bye for now.